Hey, in this movie I'm going to walk you through some of the main features of DMGAudio's Expurgate, which is, as with all their plugins, highly flexible and impressive, both on the operational side and in audio quality. Like their other effects, Expurgate's default state just shows the basic controls and display. And this is similar to their compressor plugin, Compassion. So there's a waveform display with an orange threshold lying across it, which can be adjusted by dragging the display or using the slider to the left. When carrying out straightforward gating such as this, the gate's effect is increased by raising the threshold, so more of the signal is below it, making the gate close and so silence the signal more often. The ratio then sets how much gain reduction is applied by the gate, where the max 1 to infinity setting closes it, so the signal is silent when the gate is applying gain reduction. But a lower setting means the level is decreased less, so it's louder in between the transients. You can see the gain reduction amount on the meters is considerably less with the ratio set to this amount than when set to max. The other setting in the main GUI is the model, which defines the circuit the plugin uses, which can either be DMG's own algorithm, which takes the best attributes from analog circuitry and combines them with the advantages of the digital domain, or one that's modeled on various classic gates, including these Brit presets, which emulate the channel strip gate found on different high-end consoles. Brit Mega has a particularly nice sound, which is slightly smoother than Brit Channel, but extremely effective, and certainly shows off the super fast abilities of the software. If I compare it to Live's built-in gate, which is set to the fastest settings, you can hear how it struggles to keep up and has a much rougher, more digital sound when pushed to its limits like this. Expurgate, on the other hand, seems quite at ease working at this pace and has a pleasant analog sound. To show you another example of how easy Expurgate makes it to get a great gated sound, on this piano for example, if I first open it up with the default settings, raising the threshold to make the gate work harder, it creates a gating effect, but with a nasty side effect called chattering, as the gate opens and closes rapidly. So what we can do instead is choose the Rhythm Piano preset, and then raise the threshold again. After which, it's much easier to get a pleasant brief sound. The reason for this is twofold. First up, there's a hysteresis control, which has been turned up by 3 dB, allowing a bit of distance between when the gate opens and closes, so you don't get the chattering. And secondly, there's been an EQ applied to the sidechain, which allows you to shape the frequencies in the signal that triggers the gate, for more control over the sound. Going into more detail on the EQ section, I've got a bass line here now. And if I first choose Expurgate's bass preset, then I'll open up the bottom advanced section to reveal the additional controls and EQ curve. You can see the high and low pass filters have been activated to focus on our bass in the sidechain. And the attack, release and hold have been set to relevant amounts, so the gate has an appropriate speed, as well as a fair bit of hysteresis applied. The only thing is, the bass is quite a flat signal at the moment, so it's going to be difficult to get a punchy and consistent sound. But what we can do with the EQ now is find a part where the level is a bit more consistent, which are the upper low frequencies, around 250 Hz or so, and then boost those, so the sidechain is being triggered with a more consistent level, rather than the un-EQ'd level, which is shifting up and down a fair bit. If we listen to that by clicking on the sidechain, you can hear and see on the meter that this louder EQ'd signal has a more consistent level, which makes it easier to gate. And listening to the output now, we've managed to get a nice punchy and consistent gated sound. Lastly, let's see how the EQ can be used to radically change the gating effect on a drums loop, which again wouldn't be possible with a regular gate. What I've got is a big peak on the sidechain once again, which I'll sweep up and down the frequency range whilst gating the drums, so you can hear the difference it makes to the effect. Also, if I turn the gate on and then drag the EQ curve over the low frequencies, bringing out the kick, you can hear the gate is only opening on each beat. And I can right-click on the curve to listen to the sidechain. So you can hear the boosted bass there. And then, if I move up to the mids, I can bring a few snares into the pattern. And then the top to bring the hats in too. So now, playing all three clips together and bringing all instances of Expurgate in my project in and out, which I can actually do in the advanced DSP settings here with the global bypass option, then you can hear the radical change to a much tighter, cleaner mix.